Hello, hello. I hope you're doing really well. And you may have seen the little, not really a teaser, but just what I put on up here above the video is that I had a coffee catastrophe this morning, and I hope this hasn't ever happened to you. But before we get started, just want to say hello. My name is Tracy Brown. I'm a somatic dietitian and a tune eating specialist. And today and this week is gonna really be around our intent. Like, how do we start off each day to actually see some progress with our relationship with food, with body image, with movement? And this is one of these things that I want to talk about, how the small things matter. So before I jump into the content of this video real quick, I want to mention, for those of you who love coffee, I like out coffee, I'm fine, just want to let you know, but please be careful. I got a grande, and I don't know if you can tell, the lighting's not very good, but this cup is no longer white. It is totally brown, stained, because I got it, dropped my daughter off from school, went to grab it, and the lid blew off. And I had hot coffee all over my leg, all over my car. It's everywhere. So at some point today, I've got to clean out my car. It's sticky. I just do coffee with cream and sugar, usually, sometimes a latte, but today was just cream and sugar, but it was more of it. So I'm sad because I lost about half a cup of coffee. So it is in this cup, kind of reheated. And yes, I microwave my coffee, and that might be gross to some of you, but I still love it. So anyway, I saved most of it. I am not burned, but my coffee catastrophe is that, oh, good morning, Abby. My coffee catastrophe is that if you get the bigger cups from these places, maybe take the lid off before you try to grab it out of your cup holder. I think it was like a steam reaction, and it blew the lid off when I touched it. I barely even squeezed it. So anyway, just be careful. So getting into our video today is, this time of year is starting to creep up on when 20-something years ago, went to treatment, and not in the best place ever in my life. And when I came out in early January, so December and January, is that I recognized that I was coming out of that bubble. So whether you're coming out of like the glow of a treatment facility, if you're coming out of the glow of, not a glow, but just like you've read a podcast that, if you've been like, if you're new to intuitive eating and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, this totally makes sense. Everything in me says yes to this. And then after a while, you've been doing this 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, and you might have disappointment, like, why is this still kind of feeling hard? Or why does something that I thought I was done with 3 weeks ago, or 6 months ago, why is this a thing right now? And it's one, because these healing experiences usually come in layers. It's not often. Now sometimes we can like learn something and we have this grand epiphany, or just something is like, I burned that bridge and never looked back, and I'm okay, and I can leave that behind. Sometimes that does happen, and it's amazing. But more often than not, we are having to do the work of really excavating to the root of what we consciously, subconsciously, whatever, feel like we need certain thoughts or behaviors for. And here we are talking about this, and this is why it needs a weekly, I would say, like at the beginning of the week or the beginning of every day. And this is what this video is about, is I'm going to encourage you today to think about what it is that feels really, really, really important to you to be focused on. Because we can't do everything. You're not going to like, it's easy to be intuitive eater, or I have no issue with exercise, or my body image is fine, or I fully grieve the fact that I'm 30 or I'm 40 or I'm 60 or I'm 90 and I'm not quite as strong and as functional as I was when I was 15 or 20, and I'm fully okay with that. That's probably not going to happen. But what we can do is right now, this very moment, and I'm going to give you a chance to like take a second as we're watching this video. So I'm going to take a drink of coffee while you're thinking about it. Is I want you to think right now, what is something really, 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 really important to you that you'd like to have even just a molecule more of peace around? So take a second to think about that, whether it's, gosh, I want my breakfast to be a little more peaceful, or I'm going to do one less minute today of thinking that I overate. Whether I did or I didn't, it's not the point. Is that we're not judging ourselves for it. Or maybe if movement is a thing for you, like I'm going to do 5 minutes less than that diet brain says I should. Or whatever it is. I want you to think about that. So let me get a cup of coffee or a drink, sorry. And Abby, thank you. Yep. I don't know if my car's going to smell good or not. Burnt coffee is not the best smell, but I wasn't burning. Thank you. It's really sweet. So yeah, take a second to think about what is something this week or even just today that feels really, really, I really need this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of this same old thing that I'm always thinking about, talking about being a thing, and what would need to happen today to have just a little bit more peace about it. And sometimes all that's going to be is slowing down and saying, you know what? It's just been with me for so long that that's what seems normal. And so what do people do who don't worry about this? You know, what do people think about who don't think about what people are thinking about me and my body size all the time? Just take a second. Yeah, take a second about that. Sorry. Get my face in the sun there. So nobody has to reveal what they're thinking about right now, but I would love to hear about it if you want to message me. All right, Abby says making decisions about type and amount of food. Okay, so what would you want to have more peace about that? What would need to happen? What would you need to know? Or what would you need to feel to have more peace about food decisions? And so as you're thinking about it, I want you to think about, even if you don't have an answer to those questions today, I want you to be curious. I want you to be compassionate. And just even having awareness that you want something is a victory. Having awareness that I'm really hard on myself about this thing that I've been, still working through the layers on for the last 6 months or 2 years or whatever it is. You know what? I'm just tired of doing this by myself. And maybe that's been your awareness today. So as I get ready to hop off, because I still need to clean, actually I'm a little sticky, so I'm recognizing I need to get some of this coffee sticky off me. And I want to leave you this before I hop off, as today is the last day to register, at least for now. And I'll talk to second. I got one more person here that has a thought, and I'm going to leave her with a question as well. But today's the last day to register for the Peace with Food community, and it's tied up with my Attuned Eating for Attuned Living Academy. So you get didactic information that we've got already a year of stuff planned. I'm creating more modules as we speak, given what you all are working on or have requested from me. We have a forum in which and the thing is, everything is housed on my website with, you have your own password, or we have a secret Facebook group now. So whatever y'all want to talk about is there, and nobody can see that you're in the group. And lastly, we will be having 2 times a week, 3 weeks a month, live Facebook Lives like this, where you can ask me questions about content, your own stuff. I'll answer you, and you have lots of opportunities. So if you want to come twice a week and be with me, you can. And so that registration for that, it's not really even a course. It's just something that month after month after month, there's just going to be new edges for you to work around your own efforts to make peace with food, movement, a health at every size oriented way of approaching health, and everything else that you're wanting to have peace on. If it's not written up yet and you let me know about it, it will be. So, all right. So this is the last day. You have until midnight before I kind of move on to other projects and focus on those in the group and focus on other topics for these live videos as well. All right, and the last little thing here, so not keep you consumed by movement. Well, what would you like to have? So if you want peace with movement, what is something you would do? Now, a lot of times you can't think your way out of it. You have to live your way out of it with movement. And from my own experience, the only thing I could really do is purposely cut back and learn to have other ways of working with the internal discomfort. And that's why having professionals help you strong supporters in your life help you. Groups like that I have help you be able to work with the feelings that are going to come up when you are not moving, when your brain says you have to. Because the truth is, you do not have to. Exercise is not a requirement in your life. Our bodies might like it, but there's a very fine line between I'm using it to numb out and I'm using it because my body feels like it can move a little. But there's an end spot here, and actually honoring that end spot as well. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'll put a link below to the group if you're interested, and be tuning in this week because I've got I've got a new body image exercise. Basically it popped into my brain as I was at the dollar store about 2 weeks ago. A week ago. I was there. I'm like, oh, these are going to be good. So I've got some little props that I'm going to use for something. It was really, really fun. So, all right, I will thank you all for coming live, and I will talk to you real soon. Take care.